Hi, and welcome to Nerdocalypse, episode 28?
Yeah,
28?
sure. I'll agree to
28?
that.
I think it's 28. 28.
Yeah,
28?
yeah,
28.
I don't know.
Wait. I'm smart. I'm smarticles. Let me look this up.
You're gonna be smart about it.
I'm gonna be smarticles. Yeah, hell yeah.
All right.
Give me a sec. Yeah, episode 28. Yeah, I was right. 28.
There you go. All right.
There you go.
Well, happy
So
to be here.
what is the doomsday rating for this week?
So, doomsday rating. All right. So, when you see something on TV and it's like a tornado or a hurricane or something, and it's like everything's destroyed except for this one house that's still kind of standing in the middle.
Uh-huh.
All right. So basically, I'm in that house, but I don't know what happened outside because my blinds are closed and I have my headphones on. That's basically the story right now. There's probably something going on, but I've just been trying to do me.
No fucks are given, ladies and gentlemen. None.
There's just no time to worry about it.
So the only news story that I know of is kind of an old one, kind of, sort of, back in like late June. But like he said, there's nothing really going on that I even know of this week. So,
I mean, there's probably some important that's happening, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm in that house too, reading Lovecraft. So the one thing that I do know of that was news this week for some reason was no, it's not for some reason, it's for a good reason. The Steve Ditko, the guy who co-created Spider-Man Doctor Strange with Stan Lee, died back in June 29th, 2018.
Okay.
So he died, and people were just like posting stuff like, "Oh no, he died," which by all means, yes, because the man created two of my favorite superheroes of all time, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, some people do enjoy Spider-Man.
Quite a few people enjoy Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange, I'm still getting used to a little bit.
What do you mean? What's to get used to? He's amazing.
Well, because I don't know anything at him except for the movies, where I know at least a little more about Spider-Man.
True, I guess. I mean, not everyone's me. That's true.
Yeah, everyone's a big nerd.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a big-ass nerd. You're right.
But
so, yeah, it's he died at 90 years old.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but it's like how everyone's kind of waiting for that one Marvel movie to happen, and we don't see that Stan Lee cameo.
Oh no, that's gonna be a day.
You're all confused at the end of the movie, and then you just see, instead of like one of the end credit things, it's just a in memory
with a montage. It better be a montage.
Could be a montage.
It better be a montage of all the scenes he was in every movie.
Oh man, I mean, you could probably just find that on YouTube right now.
Well, I know that, but if I was Marvel, I would do that in honor of the man who helped start it all. Well, it's with some of the a lot of the major characters.
Right. What was his name again?
What?
What was his name again?
You're talking about the guy who died recently?
Yeah.
Steve Ditko?
Oh, yeah. There's, who else was there? Was a guy, Jack Kirby or something like that?
What do you mean, or something like that? Yes, Jack
something like
Kirby.
That? Well, that name sounds important.
Yes, Jack Kirby is very important.
He's already passed away, right?
Yeah, he's been long gone.
Oh man, we keep losing him.
What do you mean? I don't understand. He died back in '94.
I'm just trying to remember Marvel author names.
Because Jack Kirby created.
See if there's anyone I actually know.
Because Jack Kirby created Captain America, the Fantastic Four, Hulk, The X-Men. Well, he helped Stan Lee with the X-Men. And then, but yeah, those are those big ones: the Fantastic Four and Captain America, essentially.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Fantastic Four to get like a good rendition.
I'm excited for them to come back in the comics.
Fantastic Four?
Yeah, they've been gone. Miss the Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic have been gone in the comics since Secret Wars in 2015. So they've been missing, and they're coming back in August with the new Fantastic Four series.
Okay. Are they going to be like explained in or just there?
Well, no, when they it's at the end of the Secret Wars. After Doctor Doom became God Emperor Doom, Mr. Fantastic got a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet or some cosmic object. I think it was the Infinity Gauntlet. And he basically used all this kind of cosmic power and shit and rebuilt the universe back to the way it should be.
Right.
And from that point, him and the Invisible Woman, or Miss Fantastic, or what? Sue Storm, sorry. Him and Sue Storm have been kind of MIA. They're there in the Marvel Comics universe, but they haven't shown themselves.
Right.
His children are around, and the Thing and the Human Torch are still around, but those two are still out and about in space somewhere. And they're coming back. They're all coming back.
I would imagine the Thing would. I would imagine the Thing would still be around. I don't think it'd be that easy to get rid of him.
But yeah. And then the Human Torch is with the Inhumans, or was, because he ended up dating Medusa for a while, and all this mumbo jumbo with the Inhumans.
Just straight out Medusa.
Oh yeah, he had a thing for Medusa after Medusa and Black Bolt broke up.
And this.
Yeah, he teamed up with the Inhumans for a while, which is kind of weird.
But is that like Greek mythology Medusa, or just someone who calls herself Medusa?
Like the Inhuman Medusa, and she goes by the name. She is given the name Medusa because her power deals with her hair. She can use her hair as like she has like humongous long red hair that she can use as a weapon, essentially.
Okay. Yeah.
And she's the queen in the Inhumans.
That's fine. I've seen something like that before.
Yeah, I mean, she's the I don't know, but she's like the ruler of the Inhumans. So that's a thing. She's important,
right?
Just a little important,
Yeah. Just a ruler of whoever happens.
Not somebody that can just rip you to shreds with their hair or anything. I mean, posh.
Who even does that anymore? That's so 1980s.
Wow. Well, I mean, I think she was great in the 80s, I think. No, she was great before that. Never mind. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Why don't you know what you're talking about? You have one job.
You know what? I do so much, okay?
Well,
I
do it better.
You know what? You know what you can do? Go play in traffic and get hit by an ET.
Maybe I will.
Okay, cool, bye. That's terrible.
So I think you talked about it last time, like a big selfish person, but I did see Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, so did I.
I saw it better though.
You saw it better? Why do you mean you saw it better?
Because it was better.
What do you mean?
Don't worry about it.
Wait, what do you mean you saw it better?
I saw it better.
Like how?
Because it's better than yours.
Okay. Cool.
You're thinking too much into it. Don't worry.
My brain hurt. My brain hurt.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very well piece of cinema.
AKA you didn't like it? Wow.
No, I mean, I don't really have anything to say against it. I thought it worked fine.
What's up with people in the Ant-Man films? Not a lot of people like them. I think they're great.
I like the FBI guy.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorites. He was all like sitting there just like, gosh, I'm gonna have to be mean to you, but I don't want to be that guy just so we're cool.
Oh my god, I watched that. I'm like, this is so barred.
He's like,
this is so barred.
Are you asking me to a lunch? No. Do you want to get lunch? No.
Do you want to get dinner or something? No.
Like, do you want to get dinner? No. We're not there yet.
I want to know more about the microverse, though. I mean, granted,
I don't think you're quite there yet.
I mean, the microverse in Ant-Man and the Wasp is the same universe that gave us the Captain Universe's powers. It comes from that universe. So, that microverse or whatever. So, I mean...
It's not really like a universe, though.
Well, it's a universe within a universe, basically. It's a microverse.
Yeah, I guess, whatever.
It's like when you shrink, you get to the atoms within an atom, and it makes up an atom, and all this other weird shit. And that's where Captain Universe comes from, or the powers of Captain Universe come from.
I was really, like, I like Ghost's concept character, but I was really trying to not just straight out hate her character, because alright, so I can't think of the one thing about the movie was that its overarching plot or conflict derived on miscommunication.
In what way?
Well, so Ghost is trying to heal herself with the same technology that our gang is trying to use to save Mrs. Doctor
Janet Van Dyne.
Yeah. So really, like, and it was just this situation that could have been solved by going, hey, I need this machine to help fix me or else I'm going to die. And they're like, hey, we need this machine so we can save this person. Okay, well, after you save the person, can you use it to save me? Yeah, sure. All right, thanks. Roll credits.
But they did talk about how they were. She didn't know that they were using it to save Janet.
I know, exactly. Exactly. It was the whole part of, like, all she had, like, it was just...
But you also got to remember,
it's like take 2 seconds, and I know. I that's why I'm trying not to pit it with this, because it wasn't like in a bad way, but it was maybe it's an oversimplification of it.
But no, I get what you're saying. But at the same time,
like in my head, I'm just like, I can't feel sorry for you because you were just like an asshole this whole time. Because I'm with the protagonist. I want them to win. She was in the way, so I don't care what happens to her. And like that's the mindset that follows through.
Well, with the way she did things, I do agree. It's like, hey, two birds with one stone. Great. But she's at her last strings where she's literally dying, and she's basically like a person in the ocean where someone's trying to help her and she drowns them with her. So she doesn't have time to think logically.
Yeah, it's like to jump onto that situation, like onto your metaphor there. It's like, person comes by in a boat. I'm going to kill that person for their boat. Instead of just, hey,
it's not really,
get in the boat with you?
I mean, if the person's just floating in the water, you're not really going to freak out. But if someone's drowning and she sees, for example, if someone's drowning and she sees somebody, she's going to grab a hold of them and try to save herself, regardless if she ends up killing them in the process.
The thing is, though,
that's what she's doing with Janet.
Unless you have like rocks in your pockets, there's like a 99% chance that you will not drown. People only drown because they start freaking out and they dip their head underwater.
That's the thing. You're freaking out. You're not calm. I know. You're drowning.
I get it. Like that's why I was trying to fight it, because I'm like, okay, yeah, she's on the verge of dying, but it's like this was saying, maybe it's an oversimplification of it, but it's like, wow, All you had
But
to
when
do
you're
was like take 2 seconds.
But also, when your cells are constantly being ripped apart and sewn back together,
She was like,
you kind of don't have time to think straight.
no, but she was like a minute away of going after Ant-Man's kid.
Yeah,
Just to get her way like that. I'm really glad.
someone's desperate.
I'm really glad Lawrence Fishburne was there to be like, hey, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I liked his character.
I kind of like Ghost. I kind of hope she does stick around with powers and shit, but she can control it.
The worst thing that happened to me in this movie, the absolute worst, was I was scrolling through Instagram.
Yeah.
And I saw this thing. It goes, Ant-Man, whatever. I guess it said like spoiler or something. I'm like, okay, this is just gonna be a something, or maybe it's a joke, whatever. I'm curious, which I don't normally fall into spoilers. I normally am pretty good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Flip over, and it's the end credits cutscene that ties it into Infinity War.
Ooh!
I saw that.
That was
the night before. The night before I went to see the movie.
Everyone was wondering how they're gonna tie that into Infinity War. Well,
it was really good. It was really good. It would have had more impact though if it wasn't fucking ruined for me.
Oh, you should have saw it. The theater I was in, because I saw the very first showing on Thursday night.
Yeah.
And we were everyone was sitting in the theater. It was a packed theater. And then that scene happened. Everyone's like, like the gasps just echoed throughout the whole theater. Oh, it was so great.
Yeah. It was, it was a good scene. I was down for it. I was down for, like, the whole movie was, like I said, was fine. I guess it's just me. I can't stop from being cynical against like the conflict points and how a villain plays out.
Well, I don't really see Ghost as a villain though.
No,
that's why more as just a person who's like literally desperate at doing anything possible.
Right, but in context to the movie, she was the villain.
Well, yeah, in the context, but when we really look at the character, I don't really. Yeah, I mean, yes, she is or she isn't. I mean, the context of the movie, sure.
But yeah, she could be cool now that she's not freaking out and being an asshole about it.
Fun facts for all. Did you know Ghost is originally an Iron Man villain and Ghost is a man?
Not anymore.
Now, I think Ghost has obviously the same backstory as the one we got in the movie, but Ghost is originally a villain of Iron Man who had a suit or some shit, technology or some shit that did a lot phasing and shit. But for the movie, they turned Ghost into a woman and gave her a backstory going over to Hank Pym.
I mean, it works. I could follow it. I was really confused for a second though because I thought Lawrence Fishburne was her dad, and then it went to the flashback and she's like talking about her dad. I'm like, that's not the same guy.
Yeah,
it's like, hold on.
Goliath felt guilty, so he took it upon himself to try to help that girl. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna call him Goliath because that's who he is. He's a superhero known as Goliath.
Yeah. Yep. But he couldn't get as big as Ant-Man though.
No. Apparently not.
So, who's the better hero?
Well, I mean, Goliath and the original Ant-Man are kind of dirtbags in their own way. Ant-Man in the comics, Hank Pym is not a very nice person at times. He's an abuser, an alcoholic. A lot of the shit you saw in the movie where he screws people over, that's like child's play to what he has done in the comics.
But in the movie, he doesn't try to screw people over.
He doesn't. He just ends up doing it without really thinking about it, and then later on he feels bad about it. It's kind of what happens in the comics. It's just he's a lot more. He makes terrible decisions at times.
What's his name? Scott what?
Scott Lang.
Yeah.
Scott Lang is a cool guy in the comics, but I'm talking about Hank Pym.
Yeah, Mr. Pym.
I mean, he created Ultron.
He helped create Ultron?
He did create Ultron in the comics.
Uh,
So that's why in the movie Age of Ultron it was Iron Man and Banner, but in the comics it was Hank Pym who created him.
yeah.
One of Hank Pym's biggest mistakes.
I don't know like nothing of these comics, man.
Also, fun fact: Hope Van Dyne,
Uh-huh.
Hank Pym, and Janet Van the new Wasp. Hope Van Dyne. She's
Right.
originally a villain from an Ultimate Universe called the Wasp. Give me a second. Hope Van Dyne. But Hope Van Dyne's not a daughter of. She's a daughter of Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, but she's a supervillain known as the Red Queen.
Okay.
And she's from the Marvel Comics Universe 2. So she's from another multiverse.
Oh, Marvel and your multiverses.
But she's a villain, but they made her into the new Wasp in the MCU. So.
Okay. I mean, okay.
But at the same time, Hank does have a daughter known as, she ends up being the Wasp in the MCU, in the main Marvel's comics. But it's with his first wife before he married Janet. So there is a Wasp that is related to Hank Pym, but it's not Janet Van Dyne's daughter. I think she adopted her because she ends up taking the last name as Janet and Hank. Or she ends up taking the same name as Janet. So sure, her name is like starts with an N. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
So how's those changes affecting towards being the movie people?
Well, in the main universe of comics, Hank Pym's daughter is not in the movies unless you. I mean, I guess you can kind of say that Hank Pym's daughter is basically Hope Van Dyne without being the supervillain. It's like the Hope Van Dyne's name went on to Hank Pym's official daughter from her first marriage. I guess you could say that, but in the comics, his actual daughter in the main continuity is a lot younger, a lot more like, she's not as like badass as Hope in the movies yet. At least in the comic going on right now, because they just released, not that long ago, 2 Ant-Man comics, one with Hope Van Dyne and, not Hope Van Dyne, Janet and Hank, and then they released one with Scott Lang and Hank's daughter. So there's like 2 series going on. And I'm reading the one with Scott Lang. It's pretty good.
Okay.
So she's not like as like badass and ready to beat someone's ass. So,
yeah, I like that part of the movie where Hope was mad at him because she didn't get invited to fight with the Avengers.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun.
Great. And the Wasp is pretty badass just in general.
Yeah. Well, it's a good character. I think it'll work out. It's good moves.
The Wasp, Janet Van Dyne. Nadia Van Dyne is her name.
I don't know who that is.
And it's from his first marriage. And she was raised in the Red Room, exposed until the day she obtained the Pym particle, where she escaped said Red Room. I don't know. I don't know the story of Natalie, of her, but she seems very fucked up. But yeah, I mean,
okay. Well,
yeah, she took on Janet's last name, and she's the Wasp, or one of the Wasps. Yeah.
all right.
Fun times for all.
Yeah. No, that's about as far as my knowledge goes.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the movie was pretty good. Scott Lang is the best.
Yeah, I enjoy Paul Rudd playing that part.
There's also another Ant-Man a third one, but I don't think he lived. I think he died. So I don't think he was a very good guy. I think he was kind of stupid. Is the one I'm thinking of. So I think he ended up dying and getting replaced.
And I love and I hate reading like these little, I guess they're little fan theories, where there's like just this. It's a simple one where it's like Tony has that rocket part of his suit now because of when he couldn't catch up to Rhodey falling.
Oh.
Like just little emotional ones like that. Where it's like, that makes a lot of sense. Because we don't know. It's an unexplained feature.
Yeah, true. True that. Moving on in conversation. If y'all haven't watched the annotations for this week, please do. It's actually pretty freaking great.
What would you say to someone, me, who has not watched this yet and doesn't quite believe that you said it's great?
You're the one who edited it this time around.
Well, yes, but you're supposed to like go in and be like, here's all my reasons.
Wow. Okay. Well, here's all my reasons. The editing is great. It's entertaining. We're just amazing. The audio is great. We're just amazing. Amazing in every way. Perfect. It's more fleshed out.
There it is.
It makes things more fleshed out and a lot more fun, and at least I think it's more fun. But the editing just does wonders, because it's like, that's what I'm talking. I was watching it last night or Monday night, and Tuesday morning.
It was time for us to up our game a little bit.
But I was watching it, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was talking about doing right there. Like, it's just, yeah.
Took a few minutes, but I got it.
Yeah. So now, this can only get better, because I don't know, because it's going to be pretty interesting what I'm going to do with strangers.
It could be. I mean, you have a format to follow now. So
I know, I do. And you were in the format you made was pretty close to what I was doing anyway. Before I lost everything. That's why I didn't.
Before you lost your way.
I lost. My file got corrupted of sadness and depression, and I was like, okay, I guess it's like great, it's great. And then I'm like, you know what? I can do it better. That's fine.
I can do it better. I don't need you. Get out of here.
That's better. That's great. That's fine.
I don't need you editing software. I'll do it myself with instruction paper.
I wish. I actually posted this on my Facebook, and some of my friends watched it, obviously. That's why it has like 8 likes. And I was like, I'm proud of this, even though I didn't know this one. Woo!
I'm proud of this because
it
took
beautiful.
Me let me see, it took me about, from start to upload, I give it at least 12 hours.
Sounds about right. All at once or over time?
Collectively.
Collectively?
Yeah, like give or take.
That's a reason why I have these decided to put these every 2 weeks. Or every other week.
Could do it every week, but
that's a lot of editing, and that's why I alternated it between that and Simple Helios.
It's like, I'm tired now. I don't really want to.
And the way I've been working lately with my hours, I have time to constantly edit something like this every week. So that's why every other week and every other time we alternate who does it.
I got an idea for the sanitation thumbnails. I'm gonna work on that to update that one, because after I finished uploading, I was like, I don't want to spend another hour working on a thumbnail.
Oh, please do let me know, because I want to
Well,
have the thumbnail done before I post mine.
I got an idea. I got an
Yeah.
idea, like a good format that could work for it. I don't. What else? I guess I need to send you like the order and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know how that's gonna work. Figure it out, I guess.
Like the order of the thumbnail, or what?
No, in the episode with the moving border and whatnot.
Oh yeah, the moving border.
I thought it was very nice and
Did you make that, or did you find that?
I made it.
You made that?
Yeah, you take some JPEGs and you animate it a little bit, and
Oh, please send that my way.
and then you just expand it for 20 minutes, and and you're good to go.
Oh, please send that my way.
Yeah, I got. How'd you get the intro though? That's what I'm curious.
Oh, how did I get the intro? Well, if you type on YouTube green screen shit, well, like free green screen, like I don't know what to call it.
So you just found some 3D rendered theater?
Yeah, that was green screen. It had green screen on the screen, and you could green screen it out and put whatever you want in. And I edited and changed some of the. I changed some stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I found that.
No, definitely, especially when I looked at the first one we put out to that, like, because there's a big jump just between like Ascenotations where we the ones where we kind of tried compared to here, and then when you look at like the first one we put out compared to here.
Oh God, yes.
That's a strong 6-month difference right there.
Yeah, and I did the theater thing. And I'm like, I have no idea. It didn't take me that long to do it because I already had the idea in my head, and I had all the stuff already on my computer. I just haven't sat down and messed with it. So I messed with it about 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, I don't know if he's gonna like this or not, but we're just gonna see.
I'm still waiting until I can get a dedicated graphics card before I look at like 3D rendering and stuff again.
See, if you can do it ourselves, that'd be great. But...
Oh yeah, I can, like, because I just put together a PC, so I'm moving up in the world.
Oh.
Cool. Yeah, it was fun. I'm no longer stuck with just a MacBook anymore. I
need to get a PC again.
Yeah, I mean, it was about 700. But I can, if I turn my video games down to the lowest possible settings, I can get some decent frames.
Okay.
But because the issue is that I don't have a dedicated graphics card.
Yeah.
So, that's why everything needs to be turned down low, because I can't do shit. And then, what is it? Because thanks to cryptocurrency and all those fricks, any decent graphics card has been trying to think of words now. Well, I can't think and think at the same time. The price of them skyrockets because of supply and demand and whatever. So literally, to get a graphics card would have exactly doubled my price for building this rig.
Dang.
So that's why I do not have one yet. But I'm hoping for my birthday, maybe.
My goal eventually is to get a desktop, a nice one for editing purposes, editing and art purposes.
All right, that'd be so nice.
Because I have my Mac. My Mac could be for the one on the go. It does a pretty good job with all.
Yeah, it gets it done.
I have no complaints. It does all. It gets a little overheated sometimes depending on what I'm doing.
I was getting worried there towards the end of my editing that certain things started to act up a little bit. So I increased my saving.
Yeah. I worked on a short film not that long ago, that dealt with space stuff, and I layered upon layered of shit together. And my Premiere was like, I'm gonna have a seizure. So I would save every time I add something. Because there was one point I had like 15 to 20 layers mismatched on top of each other in Premiere, and it was just about to freak out. Please, swear, don't freak out on me now. You're almost
It was fun to find. I can't remember
good.
what it was called. I think it was like nesting. I think that's what it's called.
Uh-huh.
Basically,
yeah.
In Premiere, is I made my border. I did all that needed to be animated and done, but instead of it taking up like the 4 or 5 tabs, I clicked them all. I went into this thing, said nesting, so I'm like, or nest. And I was like, okay, click. I'm like, oh god, what did I just do? And then it put them all in its own little, like, basically a folder.
Oh, yeah.
So it took away from all that space, and I was like, oh, I learned something new today. No thanks to you, school.
Because honestly, I should start doing that, because when you look at my files, because I have certain files, like I have a Salutations saved file that I just delete everything and just use that as for editing new ones. And I have some for the podcast, and then for this and that. But when you look in there's a bunch of files. It's a mess. I'm very messy.
No, when I tried to keep a Premiere file that would have the basic things whenever I was editing the Salutations, but
yeah, that's why
it would that one like started breaking on me. So whenever I used it, that's when I was gaining a bunch of problems. And so I don't know now, or whatever I did, I guess just by not reusing that one, it works fine. And I don't know. Technology is weird.
But yeah, I made the intro, and I'm like, I have no idea who's gonna like it. And then you see me text, oh my god, I like it.
I was like, oh, yes! I didn't expect this. I was like, wow, this whole episode looks so much better than the normal crap we've put out.
Oh, hey, don't call it crap. It's a bill. It was a
I'll call it whatever I want. I made it. I'm its master.
The past annotations were stepping stones. We were getting our footing in
There were some big stepping stones.
Some of them were just like, oh god, what was I doing? Was I high?
Yeah.
Was I just late? Did I just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just gonna do it.
Start of the next year, I'm gonna delete everything on the channel so we can get a clean slate.
No, you're not.
All right, it's time for the new year. Delete everything, clean slate. Let's go.
No, you're not. I want to see the progress. There's a lot of progress these past 6 months. Really.
Oh yeah.
Like, and this annotations is like the pinnacle of that right now.
I was really proud of the effort put in. You know, it was a team effort, I think. Couldn't have done it without the little people.
Well, I mean, I didn't edit this one. I just did the intro.
Well, yeah,
in like half an hour.
Yeah, because I was like, hey, I need that.
I forgot, because I was going to do it and send it to you a long time ago. I forgot, so I always forget.
I was forgetting. Because, I mean, basically it was, it was like 25 minutes of audio.
Yeah.
And I cut that down to about 9.
11.
No, it was 11 at the end, but the main one was about 9 minutes.
Yeah. And by the way, I do love the bloopers. It was amazing.
The bloopers at the end are good.
Oh, the bloopers are so good.
I couldn't think of a good way to like have them going, so I went with the TV thing.
I like that idea. It's so great. So great.
Just gotta be careful with the wife of those murders.
The wife of those murders. Oh, I forgot you said that until I listened to the bloopers.
There's some bad ones.
There's some interesting ones. Or Mr. You sound like you're reading a piece of paper. I am reading a paper. Well, then stop sounding like you are.
What do you want from me?
Yeah, there's a lot of arguing in the beginning of that Salutations.
I tried to just cut to the point for the blooper, or else it would have been like another 10 minutes.
Yeah, because Mr. Bart over here wanted to be more scripted. It's like, that's going to take away some robotic. And I was right. That's what one of the bloopers was.
It still needed to be more scripted.
Yes, but
it helps get the point across, and it helps with editing because I'm not trying to guess at what to put in.
Well, yes, I get that, but at the same time, you sound like a damn robot.
Well, maybe I want to be a robot.
No one can benefit from that, sir. No one can relate.
Maybe that's what I identify as.
Well, that's cool. Identify as a robot or an Apache helicopter. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so if I want to sound more like a robot, you have to be respectful to that, or else I'm gonna tell on you.
But no one's going to relate. Oh, okay. But no one's going to relate to that.
The robots will.
Yeah, robots are totally listening to our YouTube channel instead of
you don't know. Oh yeah, how do you think our content keeps getting flagged with copyrights? Those are bots checking us out.
Wait. Did this Salutations get hit with copyright claim?
No, I don't think this one did.
Because I was like, I saw the footage and I'm like, did he get hit? Because that was
I haven't checked. I don't think it did.
I'm checking right now.
I mean, it's still up, but
it's still up.
That doesn't mean it couldn't have been hit, though.
Exactly. Oh no, it did not get hit.
All right.
That's
so
weird.
I found the secret.
That's a weird. Okay.
So the trick was to use a very small. So you get your footage that you're gonna use, right? So here's your Bard's tips and tricks to YouTube lesson 1.
Okay.
If you're gonna use footage that's not yours, take your line, cut it up as much as you can into small bits, and if you need to fill up a time gap, slow the footage down as much as it looks fine. So I took little bits of it, I reorganized them so it wasn't one after another, or else that might not, because you need to mix it up so it's not following the same pattern as where you took it from, so it can't be caught.
Yeah.
So after doing that, and I need to go, okay, I need to fill up this much time with this. I go, okay. I think I slowed them down to like 30% normal. Well, because we got into a part where we're talking about the CGI. I'm like, how am I supposed to portray the CGI? I'll just use footage, but I don't need us to get hit. So I'm gonna cut it, reorganize it, slow it down to 1, it expands over the time slot I need it, and 2, it slows it down long enough for you to actually see what we're talking about.
We'll see if that actually works if I use footage from The Strangers.
Yeah, it's all about doing like a couple seconds at a time.
Okay.
You can get away with little bits.
Okay. All right. That's good to know that you figured that out.
That one took some trial and error. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you need to somehow send me that movie banner thing.
I'm
gonna figure that out because I want that. I don't want to have to make that again.
I think the best thing I'm gonna have to do is I'm just gonna have to do a rendering for you.
Render it with black, and then I can just key it out or green screen it out essentially.
With black?
Yeah. So what you would do? Little tips from Helios when it comes to green.
I don't think it'll work with black.
Oh no! Yes, it would. So here's what you do. Yes, it would.
No, because I've seen it on black.
What you would literally do is that you would have just the moving motion or whatever from the banner, and just have it on top of don't put anything under it. Just have it there. Because I need it to be able to put on top of the layers. So it's on top of it.
So how are you going to do that with a MP4?
With an MP4? So it's not that hard. You literally just import it. And you go to... You ever green screened anything?
Yes, I have.
I think you go to use Ultra Key. and you can take the little eye drop and choose any color you want. It doesn't have to be green. In this case, it's black. Take it, and anything that's black, it disappears, and it's on top of. It becomes like a translucent layer.
Okay, if you say so.
Either that,
I'm fairly confident it's not going to work that way.
Either that, or just send me the dang file, save file, project file.
No.
Boy,
I'm not gonna.
Boy, you're going to send me that damn project file. Actually, that'd probably be a better idea.
Nah, we'll see.
Because I can just have that there, and then I can just extend it or whatever in the file, have the file itself, instead of having doing MP4 and messing around with taking out the black. So I can have it translucent to whatever I'm editing.
Make sure it's 1920 by 1080.
That's all I edit in, yes.
Make sure, though.
Yeah?
Or else.
That's literally all I edit in, bruh.
Okay.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
I'm going to cut you.
Yeah, no, I get to learn a lot of nice little tips and tricks whenever I try to go and edit. I generally, most of the time, I generally do find something new.
Uh-huh.
And it's really interesting that not a single time it's from one of these classes that I'm taking.
I know, right?
It's all on personal projects where I'm like, I want this to do a cool effect. I don't know how to do cool effect. Let me look up how to. Let me figure it out. Oh, yeah. That's how I do it. Let me try. Okay, cool. I've done it. Ta-da!
Yay!
And like literally in the last class, I took my advanced editing class. You know, quotes.
Advanced. I guarantee you, if I took that class, I would know everything.
I didn't get taught anything. I got basically the most I learned was like basically the philosophy in editing and how important it is and blah 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 blah.
Well, yeah, the
actual projects I did, all it was just here's some footage, edit the footage creatively. Here's your final project. Take some footage you have or that's free or something and make something creatively. I'm like, okay.
Did you go over and beyond? Because I would have gone like to the moon.
I did the best I could in the time that I allowed myself.
Oh, I would have been like, I'm gonna rock, be the best. See, in classes like that, I'm like, I'm gonna be the best in this damn classroom. Oh, I'm gonna show everybody up.
Did I ever show you that short film I made?
The one about the donut?
Yeah, so basically I took that. So here's another Bard film editing lesson.
Okay.
If you think you're going to come back to something, like, or at least for a number of months, right? I don't know, like 6 months or so, at least make sure you keep files of projects you've worked on.
Yeah.
Because I go to use that short film and I didn't have any of the original footage. Like I didn't, or like audio, like I didn't have it. So I had to take the one I made that already had everything cut in certain ways and fades and music overlays. I had to take that and I had to try to form it to where it was nothing like that. Basically, I took the short film and I turned it into a movie trailer.
Oh, okay.
So I had to cut around what was already cut and then try to get rid of the overlaid music for the original version.
Uh-huh.
On top of trying to make it interesting in some way, because I have about 5 minutes worth of footage. So that's all I get to work with.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I passed. Like, I did get some feedback where it's like, okay, I see your point, but it is whatever. It was a struggle, but you know, it's sometimes you can find fun challenges that way.
I mean, sounds like fun. I kind of wish I did take advance. It wasn't completely just filled when I decided to do it. Because I was going to do it my last semester, and I was already packed before I could sign up. But yeah, that was the case, because I always hear that, if you know editing, you're pretty much going to swim through. Or people are like, oh, it's so difficult. And I'm like, I bet you money. Because I took the basic editing class, and I was like, wow. You went over a lesson on drag and drop. I'm like, really?
Yeah, they really start you there, and
I'm just like, can't I just do shit already?
Nope.
I mean, there were some few things that I'm like, oh, cool.
Teach me how to do green screen stuff better. Like,
oh God, I missed with green screen for the first time in that pre-editing, that first basic editing class. It's the first time I messed with green screen, because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do some fucking crazy shit. So I messed around with green screen. It was terrible, but I learned how to do green screen from doing that, and now I can pretty much do it okay. I still gotta work on. It's more of the it's not really more of the editing. It's more of the lighting aspect of it rather than editing. But the editing part of it, I got down pat. It's just when I do green screen, I need to work on like the lighting for what I want to do and shit. But that's more external stuff. Production stuff, not post.
Like the most experience I have with it was from one of the classes, and it was in the setup of in a studio with like kind of how they would do for news or something.
Yeah.
So we set up, got all the lights, blah, blah, blah. I'm playing with the TriCaster to try to get this to work, because either it's like, what is it? It's like the clothing the person was wearing was off, or something, because the cameras we were using only did like 720p.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they were not modern cameras, so it is grainy as hell. I'm trying to do the best I can because I'm the director person for this, and I'm just sitting there and I hate every second because of just how bad it looks. But it's like, I can't be graded against it because I have no control over it.
True.
I'm just like, oh, this was horrible. It looked bad. It was grainy, and the green screen wasn't working right, and like going to a class to teach me more about that. I don't need to know how to cut, and like literally in that class, she was going over the basics. Like, she was a nice teacher and all, but she was going over the basics. It was like the starter editing class, and literally I ended up like tutoring people.
Yeah, I've done that before too. And then people are like, "Oh, did you take this class before or any other classes?" I'm like, "No, I taught myself at the age of 14.
I'm just
so about my mid-20s. What do you mean?" And they're just kind of looking at me like, "How'd you do that?" And I'm like,
"How do you do anything?"
I literally messed around with it for years with different programs and taking what I learned and to the next one. I built myself up to Premiere because I worked with a lot of lesser programs in the past years leading up to Premiere. But
yeah, there's there's some decent ones out. I used this one. I think it was like Vegas movie or something.
Sony Vegas.
Maybe, I can't remember. It's been a while. I think I bought it at Best Buy for like $40, and that's what I started with in the early years. So it wasn't a big jump from there to Premiere.
I went from Windows Movie Maker. Those were the days.
Yeah, you just started straight at the Movie Maker.
Oh, I started at Movie Maker and then went to Studio, and then from Pinnacle Studio, I went to, was it Final Cut? I think I messed around with Final Cut, and then it was Premiere. But I was with Pinnacle Studio, and I was with Windows 5 or 6 years. And then I went to Pinnacle for like 2 or 3, and then I jumped into Premiere.
Right.
And I became a pro at Windows Movie Maker. And let me tell you, you can't do a lot in Windows Movie Maker. So what you can do, you learn how to. So I look back, my stuff is still on YouTube. The old YouTube channel I use with stuff I did with Windows is still there.
So
I can't get into the account, so it's like a forever time capsule of my stuff. So if I ever
stuff you wish you could delete,
some of it, but there's some times where I'm feeling very like I'm not that great of an editor, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go look at this, and I look back at that, and I'm like, I've come a long way from using the hue effect on Windows Movie Maker to where I am now with Premiere and what I can do with After Effects and all this other crap. And I was like, you know what? I feel better.
Who I am, where I've gotten to today.
I like looking back at that stuff anyway. Be like, I came from this. This is great.
This is what I did.
But I learned how to do the basic edit. I learned how to mess around with certain effects. I learned how to match up audio to lips with back in those days. So if someone gets an audio,
that's a something to learn how to freaking to lip match. Oof.
People are just like, how do you do that? And I'm like, that's not that.
It takes that's when you really appreciate was it the simple lip matching?
It's pain. It's very tedious.
I did a tiny bit in the last imitations.
You did. I loved it.
Because it looked fine because it was simple, and all I had to do was just slightly scroll over, listening to my audio go, and wait for the syllable to hit.
Yeah.
But the good stuff, no, that's one of the things I've not yet tried to do because I don't want to cry that hard.
Because I've gotten stuff before where someone's like, here's the footage and here's the audio. You guys, because they don't sync it up, they don't have it the boom mic plugged into the camera to do it automatically. But you gotta match them all together. That's the one thing I hate the most though, is doing the lip dubs, especially because I've worked for some projects in the past where people like watching the footage and they say the line they were saying. They weren't there. They're doing it later on, and you're trying to match it, and you're just like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh, that's kind of part of when we did the Shameless dubs, and I had to try to match the audio to those lips.
Oh, I miss the Shameless dubs. Oh,
they took
too
a little more
problematic.
work. They were fine. It's just they took a little more work than we can do at the given time.
Yeah, it took a lot more work than the given time.
I still love this one part. It was in the Star Wars one. At the end. It was at the part at the very end when Rey is in the cave, and I got our friend at the time, Lizard Breath, to do that audio, and it's like that last one. I watch it and I just love how good it's synced up. It looks really good to me.
Yes, same. I agree.
Because the audio fixes I did to it also make it look not fake.
Yeah.
So I watched it, I can watch it just for that one part, and I'll be like, oh, that's so happy with that. I can't, as an artist, you can't always be happy with what you do just because it's the curse.
But there are always little things about it where you're just like, I love that.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, this is stupid, I hate this, blah blah blah. But it's like that one part,
you always find that little something that makes you happy about it.
I mean, I'm happy with just the whole video. The whole thing went fine, but that one part where I see that nice sync up there. Like, yes, that's what happy.
Oh, but that they're talking about Shameless dubs. The Star Wars Shameless dub, The Last Jedi. That's probably one of my favorite videos this channel has done so far. Aside from the news annotations. Yes, it was. Aside from the news annotations, that Shameless dub is probably one of my favorite videos on this YouTube channel. Every time I log it, I look at the channel on my other YouTube accounts. That Shameless dub is right there playing. I'm just like, I have to watch it.
Yeah, I figured it was one of our biggest things, so why not put that in the front?
Yeah.
I think it was a good call.
Yeah, and now let's see. Wednesday's video, if you haven't watched, I was going to do something dealing with Cosmic Ghost Rider, but then I looked on YouTube and everyone and their grandmother's talking about Cosmic Ghost Rider. Because I was going to do the first.
About Cosmic Ghost Rider.
It's the Punisher as Ghost Rider in the future.
Well, I read that as the Thanos comic.
Yeah.
I read that one. No, yeah, I loved that character. It was the Punisher as a Ghost Rider in the future because he also has the power of Galactus Herald.
Yeah.
And then now then you just add Deadpool craziness on top of it.
And then he dies, comes back and then dies again, and comes back in the miniseries back to life from Odin, and he goes. And now his goals. At the end of the issue, he basically goes back in time and tries to kill Thanos when he's a baby. To try to save the universe and shit. So right. And he ended up taking baby Thanos. It's so cute. But I thought about doing. I was originally going to do the first issue of that for the comic book thing tomorrow. But then I saw everybody and their grandmother making a video on that. I'm like, that's no fun.
Well, I guess you're just going to have to do something more original.
I do got an idea what I'm going to do. So I'm on my other YouTube channels. I did a comic dub of a comic. So I did like a voiceover thing for like a little short comic. So I think I'm going to do that because a YouTuber... Do you know the YouTuber Noble? Lost Pause?
Noble?
No? Yeah.
The guy who does the Warcraft lore?
No. You ever heard of a YouTube channel called Lost Pause?
No.
Okay. Well,
because when you say, I think he goes like, because the guy I thought you were talking about, like it's either Noble or Noble or I don't think he cares how you pronounce it, but he does.
Well, no,
his whole channel's basically everything Warcraftian.
I'm talking about it's an anime YouTuber. So recently,
I don't know any anime YouTubers. Gosh.
So recently, he started making a comic web. So I'm thinking it's not going to take me that long to do it because I'm probably going to work on it because it's not done yet.
Right.
I'm going to finish it's going to be up by tomorrow. So I'm going to finish it and then I'm going to do it. But it's basically just me doing the voiceovers at the little comic strip thing that he did, or that he had a writer and an artist do. And I'm just like, I want to do a comic dub of this, and at the end of it, talk about the comic and how I enjoy it and shit. But
sounds good.
I want to do it because I haven't done something like that in a long time. But yeah, so.
All right. Sounds like something to look forward to.
Yeah. Because stuff in this channel is looking great. So.
Oh no, we're moving up in the world.
Moving up in the world. Yes.
I'm on the second floor now. How many floors are there? I don't know. I haven't been able to look that high.
Well, you see the blinds are shut. We have our headphones on. We're just going up this.
Not worried about it. I'm trying to do my own thing right now.
What happens if you reach the ceiling? We'll never reach the ceiling.
The ceiling keeps getting raised.
Exactly. Because we got to reach that 100. Oh man, 100,000. Oh God.
One day. I can't wait. I'm gonna get that play button. I'm gonna put it above my bed.
You? I'm gonna get the play button.
I'm gonna get the play button.
I want the play button.
No, it's my play button.
I want the goddamn play button.
No, you can have like the certificate.
That's not fair. I want the play button.
I get the play button.
But that's not fair.
It is completely fair.
How is it fair?
I don't know. Maybe we can ask and they'll send 2. I don't know how it works.
They probably won't. Well, fine. If you get the 100K, I get the, what's the next one, 500?
I guess.
I get the 500.
Fine, I get the 1,000,000.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. You get the diamond one. That's fair.
Yeah.
Wait, diamond is 10.
I don't know.
I get the 10. I get the diamond one. Assuming we ever get that high.
I'm sure it'll happen one day. But anyways, thank you for joining me today.
Just you. Okay. I don't
Unfortunately, it's time for us to go.
He's cutting me off, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to cut him.
Well, as you see, there's a bunch of destruction outside, so it's starting to leak in through the door, and
just ignore it.
Gotta go put a towel down.
A tidal wave is coming through the door. Oh, that's up for it. Just have a towel under it. It's fine.
Yeah, just put a towel in the crack. It'll soak it up.
Wow.
So, thank you for joining us on 20X.
28. Yeah.
Join us again tomorrow for 29.
What? Okay. That's not how that's... Okay. Great. That's not working like that, but okay.
Why don't you be my neighbor?
What?
Why don't you be my neighbor?
Okay, we're done here. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week.
Falling apart.
We'll see you on Monday. Temple of Helios. Where we're going to talk about some shit. That's great. Cool. Bye.
Bye.